How to gain instant attraction in a relationship. The power of walking away. Hi, everyone. Robert Zink, miracle mentor and alchemy success coach. Today, we are soaring high. Like a big, beautiful eagle, we're always flying in the direction of your dreams and your goals. High flyers want to remind you to click the bell icon after you subscribe because we're here almost every day to empower your life with the law of attraction. So, high flyers, when you want something, I mean, you want something really, really bad. I mean, you can't stop thinking about it morning, noon, and night, and it becomes obsession. You activate the law of attraction, but not in the way you think. You actually activate it to give you more wanting, more needing, more hoping. Because remember, we attract what we are, not what we want. So, high flyers, when you set an intention for another person because you want another person in your life, you want a relationship with this specific person. When you go about doing that, there's a paradox here. And the paradox is this. Now, listen very closely. On one hand, you want the person, you want the relationship. On the other hand, you almost have to not care. It doesn't matter to me one way or the other. In other words, it's like wanting and not wanting at the same time. Because as I said earlier, if you're in a state of want, if that's where you're at and that's all you have, that's what the universe will give you more of. The universe is like a giant mirror. It just reflects back to you whatever you're putting out. So if all you put out 24 hours a day, 7 days a week is wanting, needing, hoping, that's what you'll receive. More wanting, more needing, more hoping. I cannot emphasize this enough. But when you want that person and you don't want them at the same time, it doesn't make a difference. And you're ready to move on with your life. When you're in that position of power, they will literally start begging to be with you, to have more of your time. Your attraction will have increased 1,000-fold because you've invoked the most powerful magnetic force in the universe. Rarity. Very powerful. It is extremely powerful. It's the difference why nobody cares how many rocks, ordinary street rocks you have in your hand. But if you've got one little diamond, it's a rock too, right? If you have one little diamond, that can be worth a lot of money. What's the difference between street rocks and diamonds or jewels or emeralds or rubies? What's the difference, high flyers? Rarity. Rarity transforms you from an ordinary rock to a beautiful jewel. So you may be asking yourself, when is it appropriate to use the power of walking away? Well, high flyers, if you were the one in a needy position, if you were in a weakened position in the relationship, then walking away will change that balance of power. If you were the one that was always waiting to get a text, always waiting for communication, waiting to hear from the other person, if you were waiting for more attention, if you were waiting for a commitment, but you never got the commitment and the years rolled by, if that's you, walking away will likely change the balance of power and add magnetism back into your life and help you begin attracting what you really deserve and desire. Walking away can shift the power dynamic of the relationship by invoking the magnetic force of rarity. Now, some people will say, but Robert, I haven't shown my partner or my specific person that I feel needy. That doesn't make any difference. If you're feeling needy, if you're in a state of want, that's what you're vibrating. That's your set point. That's where you're at. And it doesn't make any difference if you verbalized it. or not. So, high flyers, if you choose the path of walking away, here's what you must do. You must choose the path of walking away with the idea of raising your vibration, of becoming the highest version of you, of spending time working on yourself and making yourself more attractive and magnetic vibrationally. But high flyers, if you're walking away and you're using it simply as a tactic, and while you're walking away, you're kind of looking over your shoulder. How come he hasn't texted me yet? How come she isn't calling me? What's going on? And you keep looking over your shoulder. If you're walking away with that in mind, you haven't walked away. You're still broadcasting neediness. It's absolutely essential that if you choose the path of walking away, that you walk away with the idea of improving your life in every area, financially, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, in every area of your life. But Robert, I'm scared to walk away. I'm fearful. If I walk away, he won't come after me. Is he worth having? Just asking. I mean, seriously. So, what you really desire is a deep, loving, committed, connected relationship. Are you getting that? And the more needy you act, the more in a state of scarcity that you become, the worse things get. Bottom line is, walking away will not work if you're not committed to you. So, what are some of the things you can do after you have chosen to walk away? Make a reading list, develop a powerful morning routine, daily affirmations, daily gratitude, meditation, practicing visualization, scripting, starting a new business, making new friends. I mean, there are so many things you can do to improve your life. Now, as your personal power increases, your partner, your specific person, they'll want you even more. Even if you haven't heard from them in months, all of a sudden you'll get a text. Hey, how are you doing? Is everything going okay? You're going to have to make a choice at that moment. Do you go back or do you stay where you're at? I'm not saying you can't have the relationship, but do you go back to being needy, wanting, hoping, wishing, living a scarcity lifestyle? And high flyers, if your specific person or your partner wants to be a part of your life again, then you're going to have to set some boundaries. And those boundaries must be established before the relationship progresses forward. Boundaries such as lack of commitment, lying, gaslighting, narcissism, drug and alcohol abuse, and infidelity. You're not going to accept those anymore. That's not your journey. That's not your life. You weren't put here on this planet to become a victim or to live a scarcity lifestyle. You are here to live an abundant lifestyle. So, look, when this mystical person, whoever it is, starts knocking at your door, you're going to have to set boundaries mentally here first and then with this person. Otherwise, they're going to come back with the hopes and ideas of getting you right back to the same place. It's important that every decision you make is a decision that is best for you. They will come back for you, and maybe even someone better will show up in your life. Probably. That's usually the case. I always say you can get that person to come back. That's not hard, but you can also get someone better. So when the time comes and they're knocking on the door and wanting to come back, you can decide at that moment Do you really want them back? Is it that important? Does it fulfill your ego in some way? Does it fulfill a void that maybe you need to work on? Is there something there? Or is there someone better waiting for you, looking for you, wanting to be with you, desiring to love you and commit to you? The choice is yours, and you can make that choice, but you can't make it from a position of neediness. You must take the time to work on yourself, to love yourself, and to raise yourself to your highest version. Here's some other videos to help you on your journey.